Hi, I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style blog.
And I'm Jill Chivers from shopyourwardrobe.com.
Now, we've been asked around a lot about contrast. It's one of those topics that comes up again and again and again on the blog, and it seems like that people want, more and more information because it is actually quite a complicated subject.
Yes, it is.
And it's something that you don't see anywhere else, pretty much. And so people don't really quite understand it. So we just want to use ourselves as a couple of examples for contrast, so you can kind of see on living models what can work.
And what's interesting about the way you talk about contrast is there's two kinds of it. And I never understood that. I became a trained image consultant for about 10 minutes, and I never understood there were two kinds of contrast. So in this video, we're going to talk about both of those, using me for colour contrast and you for value contrast.
Yes. So with Jill, if you look at Jill, has got beautiful blue eyes. She's got golden hair. And so therefore she has two colours. So she needs to wear colour. Like when Jill is so here she is in this, it's a lovely outfit. But
it's more stunning in real life,
but
really.
it just feels bland and a bit dead, even though the value contrast is right for you.
Yeah.
It feels bland and dead because there isn't the colour, particularly when you see Jill in person, you see her colour. You see colour is something, the first thing you notice about Jill is she's a coloured person.
Yeah.
And so therefore we want to add colour. So one of the simplest things to do is just, now here we've gone from all neutral, we'll pop on a scarf, neutral plus one colour, and immediately it lifts.
Yeah.
And it's starting to look better on you, but still in a way I kind of go, slightly boring.
In the nicest possible way.
In the nicest possible way. I've said with love. What ideally Jill wants, rather than just one colour, is a neutral plus two colours.
Yeah.
Because that really replicates and it creates the harmony for Jill, what suits her best. So once we add that second colour in, and in fact the orange and the blue work perfectly because the blue brings out Jill's eyes, and then the orange actually replicates her lipstick today. So it actually creates a beautiful harmony with Jill, and it's so much more vibrant and exciting, and it feels right. Like when I'm looking at you now, I'm going, oh, it just feels so much more right.
Yes.
Than when we had less colour.
And what's important about this is recognising what your own colour contrast is, because when we try and replicate a look, like if I was looking at Prince Mary of Denmark, who doesn't wear an awful lot of colour and doesn't seem to do a lot of colour contrast, and I was trying to do that truly, purely elegant, chic look, it just wouldn't work for me, even though she's gorgeous and a wonderful style icon. That just doesn't work for me, and I think that's what we do, is we look too much to what
outside.
Rather than what am I and what works for me.
And in Princess Mary, she's got brown eyes, brown hair, and a neutral skin. She is all neutral, which is why she looks good in one colour, or just all neutral. Versus you are a colourful person, you need to wear colour, and it really, it just works and it feels so right.
And when you get that, gee, does it make getting dressed so much easier.
It does. And it's interesting, since I changed my hair from being brunette to blonde, there's garments I've gone, these no longer work for me, or there's the way I put outfits together that I say no longer works for me. Because I no longer have that high contrast. When I had the dark hair and the pale skin, I was very high contrast. Now, so I'm just going to show you how.
So now we're going to talk about value contrast.
This is the value contrast. It's the light and dark. So here I've kind of got, two fairly evenly matched values, which I'm what I'm wearing. But if I pop that off and pop this jacket on, so this was something I wore in my previous life. What you see now is this jacket wears me.
It's just so not right.
It's not right anymore because I don't have this high value contrast anymore.
Although people could get confused, you can understand it because this colour is actually quite good with your hair.
It's not that the colours are bad. The colours still work for me. It's just the value contrast is too high. And so you're now looking at the jacket, not my face. Versus if I go back to my my cardigan, if I can get it back on.
That sleeve is inside out, but
that's okay.
You'll
see how it just now, I've gone back to face focus.
You're back.